Hey everybody, welcome back to Cycle Fab. I'm Larry. Today what we're going to be doing is cleaning out a fuel tank. Actually, this is a gas tank off of a scooter. It's got a lot of rust in it. Every chemical I'll be using today you can find in any hardware store, and it's very inexpensive. A lot of people use nuts and bolts in fuel tanks to break the rust up. Yeah, it's a good idea, but hey, you don't want to leave one in there accidentally. There's no sense in having to do that. Vinegar, muriatic acid, those are the main two ingredients. The other one is dishwashing detergent. It works great. I've done this many times. I grew up on a farm, so, we have to take care of other things. Tractors, lawnmowers, God knows, everything. So getting rust out of the tank, I've done quite often. If you like the video, please click that like button below and hit subscribe. I could really use the help. Thanks, guys. And let's go ahead and get started on this. Hey, stay to the end of the video. I've got something to show you. Okay, we have 4 things here that I use. And just regular dishwashing soap, vinegar, muriatic acid, and denatured alcohol. You're probably wondering why I use denatured alcohol. Well, I'll get to that in a moment. This is really easy, and it can be done fairly quickly, except for the vinegar, which takes 24 hours or 48 hours to do its job. Depending on how rusty the tank is on the inside, 24 to 48. It's totally up to you, but at least 24 hours. Now, before I even start on the tank, just wash it out, soap and water. You don't have to dry it out or anything like that. Immediately pour the vinegar into it. Of course, let it sit, do its thing. Pour it out. In between each one of these, soap and water. And that kills the reaction of the acid. So after the vinegar, soap and water, muriatic acid. Now the muriatic acid, do not use this over 2 minutes. And 2 minutes is a little longer than what you need. 40 seconds usually works just fine. If you have to go over that, that's okay. Just don't go beyond 2 minutes. Definitely don't let it sit in there overnight. You will not have anything when you come back the next day, or at least your tank will be leaking. Okay, now, the denatured alcohol. I have had people ask me why I use this when I do a tank. The reason why is because I do not want, you got to realize I wash the tank out with soap and water after the muriatic acid. So there's water in there. Now you can blow it out with an air hose. You can just let it dry out in the sun, but you're going to have just a little bit of water in there. You don't have to use it. I just use it. This is the way I was shown to do it. I like it. It worked. I never had a problem with it. Alcohol will encapsulate the water molecules and help it evaporate quicker. So that's why I use the denatured alcohol. You don't have to fill the tank up. Just put a little in there, shake it up real good, and pour it out. That's it. Blow it out with an air hose again after that, you're done. If the tank is going to sit for quite a while before you're ready to install it and put fuel in it, i.e. gas, then you might want to coat the inside of it with like WD-40 or some kind of light oil, just to keep it from rusting again. It's a preventative measure if the tank is going to sit before you're ready to use it. Okay, well, that covers this. Now, the tank's already been sitting with vinegar in it for 48 hours. I've already poured it out. We'll start from there, and I'll show you what came out of that tank. Okay, this is what the vinegar got out. Nasty chunks of rust. There is some still in there. You'll see it after I wash the tank out, exactly what happens. I'll kind of go in a little bit of detail about it. This is why it's so important to use soap and water in between each cycle of rust removal, between the muriatic acid and the vinegar. See right here? That's just after the vinegar. You can see chunks of rust right out on the concrete. Now the muriatic acid gets into the areas that the vinegar just does not reach. This stuff is just a really flash etch. It scrubs out the inside fantastically. You just have to really watch what you're doing as to not eat the tank itself up. And be sure and wear protective equipment. The gloves that I wear go all the way up to my shoulders. You see how this is eating up the rocks outside. It's pretty nasty stuff. You can see some vapor coming out of it too. You definitely don't want to breathe that. Now, this is after the vinegar and after muriatic acid. You can see there's still rust that was in there. The muriatic acid, on the other hand, gets all of it out. I've never had a problem. I see a couple of chunks of rust coming out as well. Okay. Almost done. This is really simple. And you don't need much of this. Just enough to shake it around to grab the water molecules and help it evaporate. That's really literally all it does. Let me grab a bucket real quick. One thing you'll notice about denatured alcohol, if you don't already know, it does not have a very nice smell to it. It smells like, I don't know, rotten potatoes. Well, it is alcohol. All right, that should be about enough. Now shake it around a little bit while it's upside down. Like I said, you don't have to use much of this stuff. All you're doing is you don't want to trap any water in the seams, especially around this seam, because it will hold water. Maybe it's over redundant on my part, but okay. I think we got it. Just we'll wipe it off and set it to the side and install it on the bike or scooter. All right, next what we're going to be doing is using a 2-part epoxy coating. It's made by a company, Caswell. Now, I've never used these guys before, but I hear a lot of good things about them. The product I used to use, and it used to work okay until we got new gas. Apparently it has a bad reaction with fuel injection cleaner. Anyway, the Caswell shouldn't. It's not supposed to. We'll find out. If you look to your right, you'll see a couple of more of my videos. Why don't you check them out? Take care.